faster than the speed of a wave along this machine. You'll see later on why I have these two machines. First, I want to show you the two different ways in which waves may be totally reflected. Observe that right now this machine has a free end. That is, this last cross arm is perfectly free to move without restraint. In an electrical transmission line, for example, acoustics, mechanics, shortwave radio, and the like, where it is desired to accommodate much broader ranges of frequency, we have a different kind of matching transformer, to which this megaphone is a first approximation.
Alexander Graham Bell repeated the first words ever transmitted by telephone. "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you." But this time the inventor's assistant laughed. "I can't make it under a week, Dr. Bell. I'm in San Francisco." They applied it to the facilities of electrical communication. Thus, from this product of the Bell Laboratories grew four great new industries: long-distance telephony, radio, the modern phonograph. Research revealed that some atoms give up their electrons more willingly than others. So the engineers devised coatings for vacuum tube filaments. These coatings produce surfaces which permit electrons to escape at comparatively low temperatures. In this way, the power required to heat the filament, an Arabian Nights technique. These aroused monkeys throwing pebbles at a target through a shutter ably portray what goes on in a vacuum tube. Simple, isn't it? Yet it's the essence of one of the world's most important. The United States, without vacuum tubes and telephone lines, would require about 150,000 hog callers spaced within earshot. The time entailed, more than 5 hours. The telephone does it better in a 1/12 of a vacuum tube plant. Each operator is a skilled craftsman, a trained specialist in his or her particular task. This painstaking care in typical is the making of repeater tubes, the vacuum tubes used in long-distance telephony. They begin their long life in this automatic hot-cut flare machine. Long lengths of glass tubing are cut into pieces and carefully flared to vacuum tube. The filament is begun in annealing and coating machines. Metal ribbon, the core material, is drawn without. This machine cleans the filament ribbons in the heated tube on top and returns them through 3 chemical coating baths. Throughout this entire process, the closest limits. The elements of the tube are its glass foundation, its filament.
Of any art test is cause for rejection of the entire lot of 5,000 parts. A piece of mylar insulator that has adhesive on both sides, and this insulator has previously had a pattern of holes punched onto it. Now this is placed on this drum, rotates, wires are laid down on the opposite side. That's right, John. Now the next operation is to perform the welding. This is done on the weld is commanded to drop and perform a weld, and this makes a feed-through connection from one side of the insulating pattern.
Bureau of Laboratories of the New York City Department of Health will...
The reagents needed to demonstrate carbofuchsin, acid alcohol. After the smear has dried, it is fixed in the fluid. The smear must not be burned. The slide is flooded with carbofuchsin and heated to steaming, but not to boiling. The stain is poured off and the slide rinsed with water. Stained smear is then decolorized with acid alcohol. Finally, the specimen is counterstained with methylene blue. The short red rods are tubercle bacilli.